You're listening to the Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marci Persky. In this installment, some helpful advice in case your home or hotel are just about to burn down. Also, I nominate myself for the Captain Oblivious Award, although I'm not going to award it to myself, for getting on a crowded city bus under less than ideal circumstances. And if you haven't yet heard of our Captain Oblivious contest, be sure to listen all the way through to the end for the rules. So you're surrounded by fire.
Yes, we are. And we actually, this is for real. We actually looked into moving.
No, you never do that.
I know. But we were both like, these fires they're fires.
True, true they are, yes. And you live in a log cabin.
And we live in a log cabin, and we just got our Wi-Fi, our internet, our TV back because one of the fires melted all the fiber optics that were underground.
Oh, boy.
And then the fix-it guys couldn't go fix them.
Because there was a
because
fire.
The ground was on fire.
Yeah, that's a problem. You can't really, you got to have your priorities. There's your Wi-Fi, and then there's your actual fire. So
exactly. So we are back connected to the world because another thing that happens is when the Wi-Fi is lost, everybody uses their cellular.
Then that goes down, right?
Yeah, and then, add 0 bars because there were so many people this 4th of July weekend. And there's so many tourists up here, plus just people.
Tourists are not deterred by fire because I have to tell you, as a person planning a vacation, if I were offered, say, a cruise down the Danube River or a mountain on fire, it would not be a hard choice for me to say, I think I'll take the cruise down the river and skip the burning mountain. I don't have that biblical need to watch people cast into pits. It's just not a thing I feel like is good for the vacation.
It never ceases to amaze me. The fire now is pretty much contained down in the Oak Creek / Sedona area.
Uh-huh.
And every day there's at least 30 people saying, we have reservations in blah, blah, blah. And should we come? And Google people are getting really mean about it because you can find out really easily if you should come. You just call your hotel and say, hey, are you on fire? Is it smoky? And I know all the hiking trails are closed. But yes, they still come.
I want to circle back to your conversation with the charming Frankie about whether or not you should leave your log cabin in a fire zone. And it strikes me that it isn't so much the fire that's causing you to have this conversation. It's having to watch TV with an antenna that's bugging you the most.
Actually, we got to see a bunch of really weird antenna stuff. That was kind of fun.
What was it?
No, it's the fires.
What?
We watched, we watched Xena Warrior Princess.
You used to love that show.
Yeah, I know, but I've seen them all.
Oh.
That's all we sat and watched all those again. We got PBS Kids.
Uh-huh.
So we saw a lot of...
Sesame Street still on there?
No, it's on Netflix now.
Oh, okay, right. I remember reading that. Sorry, yeah.
But we saw a lot of really annoying shows with their voices are too big to die like this. And it just drives me nuts.
Okay. Nutty voices, check. Remove. Yes.
Watch some Home Shopping.
Oh, I know
Didn't
somebody.
buy anything.
I know someone who works for that network, actually. He's a very charming fellow. He's very sweet and charming person.
So we had Home Shopping. Then we had the Crime Network where they had a marathon of Bones.
What?
The old TV show Bones.
Oh, I thought...
No,
this vision of this is a skull and this is a femur, whatever those are. And this is speaking of bones, yours truly, who just had her shoulder soldered back together, actually stitched back together, which is why when we're using this video today for our recording, I have blurred the background so that you do not have to look at my bright purple shoulder and arm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And the stitches came out yesterday, but the spousal unit had a doctor's appointment of his own. And so he had offered to cancel it to take me to my first post-op appointment. And I said, as it turns out, foolishly, oh, no problem. I'll just take the city bus, which goes right there.
Yeah.
So
That's very foolish. I will tell you in hindsight, that's very foolish.
I have a sling on my arm. It's a big sling. It has a pillow to keep my arm in a certain position built into it. It's black. And so not wanting to look too disabled on a city bus, I wore a black shirt so that it wouldn't stand out too much, which perhaps was a mistake. And I get on the bus early in its route, and I try to figure out a seat where my arm won't bang into anything. And I have two choices. I can either have my arm hanging into the aisle, which seems like for sure recipe to get it banged, or I can sit next to the wall, which doesn't really have room for my arm, or I can sit on a seat on the aisle facing the other way, the empty seat next to me. And that worked. I mean, I thought, how busy can this bus be? I mean, they come every 20 minutes. How bad? So I get about 10 minutes into the 45-minute ride, and it's starting to fill up. And a woman of indeterminate age, my age or older, our age or older, with lots of jewelry and an interesting sort of hair arrangement and what looks like it might have been a diaper bag at some point, gets on and sits next to me and immediately opens up, and I kind of gesture at my arm like I need space for this arm, and she sort of might have seen it and she sort of might not. And she sits down and she immediately opens up this diaper bag, and inside is some sort of lunch bag, which must have contained, I don't know, falafel and garlic sauce. It was the most garlicky thing. The last time I smelled that much garlic, and I love garlic, but, you know, I'm not on a city bus. The last time I smelled that much garlic in an inappropriate setting was when I was giving birth to the big cutie, and the OB-GYN had advised the spousal unit to bring a lunch in case labor went on for a while. And so for some mysterious reason, he decided hummus would be a good choice, and I had to throw him out of the labor and delivery room. And he almost missed the birth of his firstborn because I couldn't stand to have him breathing next to me.
I believe it.
It was so bad.
Terrible.
So this woman is next to me, like inches away, literally, from my arm and face, and she's eating and she's talking to herself. And then begins this strange ballet. The buses are accessible. A guy with a wheelchair and his presumably wife get on, and then the ramp sticks, and they can't move the bus because the ramp. So now this woman next to me starts coaching the driver because, you know, I'm next to the priority seating, which was all taken by people who don't have handicaps, but we're a row back from that. But close enough that the driver can hear this woman kind of heckling him, giving him advice like he doesn't know how to run his own bus.
Did you point at her like, it's not me?
No, it was clearly not me. And I finally looked at her as she's heckling, and I said, you know, I don't know why they let you drive this bus when it has a problem. And I said, you know, he may not have known there was a problem when he took the bus out for the day. And that was all it took. I got a 45-minute monologue, which somewhere in the middle of it was explained by the fact that she was drinking something out of a bag, which I at some point realized had a advertisement on it claiming that it was highly alcoholic. Which
you broke the public transportation rules. Don't talk, don't look.
Well, then she starts to talk to me. You're right. Yeah. I admit it. I shouldn't have stuck up for the driver. It was a mistake. Then she starts telling me all about her mother and her mother's divorce and how her mother's husband, her father, had spent all their money and then called for a ride because he claimed to have been stabbed, and her mother had to take a cab, and it turned out that he had ketchup that he had used to convince his wife that he'd been stabbed, and they're driving by every hospital, and he's going, I don't like that hospital. I don't like that hospital. And finally she smells something, and that's when she tastes the alleged blood and realizes that he has not been stabbed, and that was the end of their marriage. And all I want to do is go to the doctor. But you know how some people, when they want to emphasize a point and they're a little bit or a lot drunk, they want to like elbow you?
Yeah.
Right in the post-surgical arm. And there's no place to go. And I'm like, ah! And she's, oh, I am so sorry. And then she goes on and on about how sorry she is. And at some point, the bus had moved and now made another stop to let the guy in the wheelchair off. And now the ramp's not going up at all.
Oh,
Well, actually, I was blessedly relieved. I got to get off the bus and wait for another bus. And regular bus riders are very happy when this happens, the ones who hadn't gotten on the bus yet, because nobody's going to charge them for anything. Because as far as the next bus knows, these are all people who've been thrown off the broken down bus.
nice.
Yeah. So if I had still been waiting for the bus, I would have gotten a free ride.
Woohoo.
Yeah. But this time I sat down where she really couldn't get to me.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, the time that I tried to be a good public citizen, I get a garlic-infested drunken woman with a narrative about a guy covered in ketchup, and I have to hear about her dental appointment to get new dentures while she elbows me in my post-surgical arm. And I'm thinking to myself, is this what people complain about when they say that the CTA isn't working the way that it should? And
Well,
somehow I don't think that's
this is something.
I don't think this
it's a
is what
problem
they're
you and
upset
I-
about. Yeah, I just think this
We
is
both had this
this is
problem.
my bad luck. This is not a problem the CTA is having. Although the ramp for the wheelchair, that is a problem. If your ramp goes down and it won't go up, or it goes up not all the way and the doors won't close. This went on literally. This poor driver must have spent 20 minutes before he called a halt to the whole proceeding.
Yeah, anytime I got on the train or the bus in Chicago, I attracted either a scary person or a drunk person
Or both.
every time, even when the whole train was empty except for me. And then I'm sitting there going,
Don't
oh,
look.
No, oh no,
Don't
no,
look.
Don't look, don't speak, don't look, don't speak.
Did I also mention that she offered me candy?
No,
Oh,
what kind of candy?
It was one of those sucking candies that has jelly inside it, which I
Oh my
don't.
gosh.
I didn't take it and try it. I just recognized the candy. I would like to point out I did not take a candy.
I bet it was 80 years old.
No, because she had one, and I think she was just still eating. I think she was eating candy, thinking it might work on the garlic.
Huh, I didn't even know they were popular anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm a grandma. So,
It was definitely grandma candy. It was for sure. Yeah.
those and the little striped minty things, they were red and green and blue. They were long, and they weren't in any kind of packaging. They were just there.
Oh, restaurants used to put those in a dish so that you could
Yes.
share your
So
disgusting.
that everybody could sneeze
That's
on 'em
right,
and stick their
exactly.
Poopy fingers in there.
Yeah, ugh. The ones that turn to powder in your mouth.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This post-surgery question.
Yes.
Have you run into any doors yet?
I ran into a door with, thank God, the part of my arm, which is like 4 square inches that doesn't hurt.
After every single one of my surgeries, I don't know why, all of a sudden I grew like 2 feet on either side of me, and I would slam into every door that I tried to go through.
Oh, dear.
Even ones without doors, just the doorway.
Doorway. Yeah, well, that was
Yeah.
me post-surgery. I couldn't, because they give you drugs. And so the first night post-surgery, I actually rolled over on it, and that bolted me right up awake. Woo! Woohoo! If people, there's some meditation group that believes they can fly while they're meditating. I will tell you how to fly. The first night after your surgery, roll over on the thing that was just operated on, and you will lift off the ground at least 4 feet.
Yeah.
Right off
It's
the
true.
ground. It's true. So
What you need is a giant debit card eating, leather, poofy, comfy, lay back chair.
everyone is saying I need a recliner.
Well, that's what I slept in until I could touch my arm without screaming.
Well, I'm just, I have no advice
Yeah.
for anybody other than beware the city bus
Okay.
and don't eat the candy.
And don't come visit the mountain when it's on fire, please.
I'm glad we have good advice for everybody. Okay, let's refresh. Do not come to a burning mountain. And what was the other one? Oh, do not ride the city bus,
City bus.
with your arm in a post-surgical sling. And you're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. This is usually the part where we thank you and I suggest you buy my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air. But we have decided that at least one of you deserves some sort of prize for listening. I have no idea exactly what it will be, but it will feature the words Captain Oblivious on it. And all you have to do to win is send an email to Turi@shebopsproductions.com with a short description of whatever your partner or friend or boss or somebody who ought to be paying attention failed to notice, and your mailing address. Marci and I will pick out the best one, and that will be the winner. You have until August 31st, 2026 to enter, and you have to live in the USA because I don't send things over borders. Good luck.